Alright, so let's try to make one of those talking hands videos. So in this video I'm going to review one of the newer additions to the ARMSCOR line of TCM pistols. And ARMSCOR is also known as Rock Island Armory. So this is one of their new polymer guns. This is what comes from the factory. You have one lock, you have one mag, you have what feels like two fired shells, and you have heavily oiled handgun, relatively light and a very oiled one, and of course the box and the manuals, and whoa, look at that, there are two cleaning brushes. And the limited lifetime warranty that pretty much every ARMSCOR Rock Island Armory gun comes with. So in order to make this presentation easier, I've actually already kind of cosmetically cleaned one of the guns, and here it is. So I've removed the plastic and the same thing, fired shells, but this is the handgun as it comes in from the factory. Very much reminiscent of any European American Armory EAA handguns like SAR, and that's a clone of CZ75. As you can see, well, first of all, let you show that the magazine is unloaded, chamber is empty, safety first, right? So as you can see, the slide is inset into the frame and slides quite nicely. The front side is actually a part of the slide, has a nice white dot, and it's a low profile. The rear side is a 2-dot side made by LPA, and it is adjustable for windage and elevation. And you can quite nicely see. Alright, so it has Rock Island Armory logo on the slide. It has the address of the company and the model of the gun, and assembled in Philippines on the slide. Interestingly enough, the frame has Tanfoglio logo on it, and on both sides. Hopefully you can see that. So the gun is quite ergonomic. Again, as I said, it pretty much looks exactly like any of the Tanfoglio compact polymer guns, with the slide release being as far away from your thumb as on any of those guns, including CZ, by the way. This is not a decocker, this is just a safety. So up, save, down, ready to fire. This is single action gun, SADA. So you push it, but you can also pull the trigger and achieve the same result of hammer going up and down. It's relatively nice and smooth trigger pull, although a bit long. In a single action, you've achieved a free play in a trigger, and at the last moment, at about, I don't know, maybe 4.5 pounds pull as a single action, which is not too bad. It's not as perfect as in fine-tuned 1911s, but it's close enough. Alright, so let's take a look at what's inside of this gun. And by the way, the barrel is looking like a bull, but it's just, I guess, to save the metal, save the material. Alright, to take it apart, there is a little protrusion for the barrel, for the locking block pin, sorry. And there is, I'm trying to find out, there are two dots that need to be aligned, just like on any of the other clones of the CZ. and just like on Israeli bull guns. So I pushed on that protrusion while I was holding those 2 points aligned, and I can pull this out, push with a thumb, and the slide goes nicely away. As with all Rock Island Armory guns, their recoil bar and recoil spring are not captured, so they come in apart. But fortunately enough, this is short enough not to fly all over the place, unlike in their 1911 guns or in their Glock conversion kits. Alright, so we took apart this thing, and this barrel is 3.8 inches long according to the ARMSCOR website, and the caliber is stamped 22TCM9R to distinguish it from the original 1911 caliber, which was just 22TCM. 9R is just a shorter round to fit into a standard 9mm polymer plastic magazines. So it comes in two flavors, ARMSCOR USA and ARMSCOR Precision, and to my understanding ARMSCOR USA is made in US and ARMSCOR Precision made in Philippines. I've had mixed experience with both types of ammo and cannot say one way or the other. First couple of the batches that came from ARMSCOR, independent if it was ARMSCOR USA or ARMSCOR Precision, had the casings which were too long by maybe 2 mils, 3 mils, which caused Glock conversion kits to lock up, creating failure to eject because the case was too long and was jamming in the chamber. So as you can see, even though I cleaned this gun, it's still oozing from all of the different orifices that nice storage oil, or maybe it's regular oil, I don't know. It smells like storage oil, but what do I know? Standard CZ firing mechanism. Let me see if I can shed some light into that. So I guess the trigger job would be relatively easy because you can see where that little disconnector comes in. So by just machining it or doing some nice TLC job, here we go. So this thing that works as a hammer push. All right. All right, it looks like the mag release can be made ambidextrous. Just looking at the magazine cuts on both ends, and possibly, I don't know, I'll have to play with that. Alright, so the magazine is interchangeable with any other EAA and Turkish manufactured plastic clones that look like this, or Tanfoglio. And also it is interchangeable with CZ75, but you have to play. Some CZ75B might not work, some will, and it looks like it has the Tanfoglio factory stamp, which is interesting. And unusually, ARMSCOR usually stamps their floor plates, magazine floor plates. This one is not stamped. So I've tried, and actually the TP9 from Canik magazine also works. So here I have a 20 round mag for TP9 series, full size, and let's see how it performs. It looks pretty similar, and it looks nicely. Of course there is a little play, but it puts the follower plate at the right height. And I guess you have to pull it to drop it. I'm suspecting maybe because there's that spring that sticks around, whereas here is clear. I don't know. Alright, so let's see if the stated capacity of the factory mag is true. Some of those might have difficulties to be loading to the full capacity, which is posted as 16 rounds. So these are TCM9Rs, which is slightly shorter. The bullet, interestingly enough, is about the same length as the original 22 TCM, but it's just seated deeper and it has a different profile. Okay, I am at 8 rounds, and it's getting difficult to load, but not too much, so not like in 1911 single stack mags where you have to find your way around. Alright, so I am at 15 rounds and 16 rounds, and well, I actually was able to put 17 rounds in the mag. Let's see if number 18 works, and I can pull it in, but I bet the only way to load it would be to actually have the slide open, because there is no play whatsoever. The follower hit the floor plate. Alright, so let's see if I guess I don't have to unload all of them, leave 10 here, and then let's see how many I can fit into the 20 round mag. Something just occurred to me. No, the lips are the same length, so okay. It's like in the original TCM series in 1911 pistols, the mags were coming from P18, from para ordnance P18 pistols, but their lips were filed back a little bit. Those who'd seen them coming from the factory would probably remember that. Alright, I'm down 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, maybe 22. 22 is absolute maximum. So again, this probably can only be loaded with the slide back. And the famous rattling. Alright. It's just the follower there is tilted slightly, that's why the bullets are not sitting correctly. Alright, so let's put this gun together and see if I can safely cycle from the 20 round mag. So actually assembling this uncaptured recoil spring is not too bad. Alright, so again line up and carefully push this in. Very nice. Right, always point in the same direction. This is the factory mag, and it goes in, and it ejects nicely. Well, you got the point. Alright, so now this is the 20 round mag with actually 20 rounds in it. 21, I'm lying, 21 rounds in there. So let's see, locked, and it looks like it went in. And the second, third, wow, so it is sliding quite nicely. Alright, chamber clear. So the next thing, well, I guess the next thing then would be to take it to the range and see how well it performs. If it is anything like the original 1911, although I kind of doubt it because the original 1911 had a long barrel. Take a look at this. That was the reason why the thing was rattling inside. The follower jammed, tilted and jammed, so all the rounds were still loose in there. Alright, so next thing what I'll do is I'll take the gun to the range and see how it fires. Use the adjustments on the rear sight and figure out how high my front sight needs to be. So the goal is, as usual, ARMSCOR is going with the path of least resistance, so the rear sight is the standard Novak sight, LPA cut Novak, LPA made sight, but the rear cut is Novak like in 1911, but the front, they went with the original design of integral, or where the sight is part of the slide. And I don't like that because I'd love to have an option of replacing the factory sights with something, especially if this gun is compact and is designed for carry. I would like to have maybe fiber optic night sight combo like a TFO from Trublaw, and that's exactly why in the beginning you saw that box in the case. So I want to machine this out and cut in a standard front Novak dovetail in there. So after some tinkling, knowing the height of the rear sight, and of course knowing the height of the front sight, I can calculate the difference and I can figure out which sights I can put in there. And actually what I'll probably do is I will pick the most common front sight height and just machine the slide. There's plenty of space to do that between the barrel and the top of the slide, and I'll machine the slide to accept the most common front sights available for 1911s. Right, so till the next time, hopefully you enjoy it, and I'm now selling those on GunBroker.com. So go ahead and search for ARMSCOR MAPP, like in the model here, MAPP HD mid-size handgun, but again, if you look for ARMSCOR 22TCM9R, this will pop up so far. And I have not seen those sold anywhere else yet, but it doesn't mean that they will not come up shortly. And if you see a posting online saying that it comes with a 9mm barrel, it does not. It only comes with 22 TCM, unlike the original offering of 1911s, which did come as a combo because it was unknown cartridge at that time. So the hope was, from marketing perspective, is to give you a choice. If you absolutely hate your 22 TCM, you can always use the gun as a 9mm. So now that it's well established and people seem to like it, well, there are some things that people don't like, but if you like it, you like it, and you can use it. So if you want to, if you really want to, I can actually sell you a 9mm barrel with the gun as well. So if you want to, just send me a message and I'll pack it together and ship it to you. This way you can save on shipping as opposed to if you bought it later. Alright, so in a few days I'll probably post my range review. Alright, thanks for your attention. 22TCM MAPP1 high, new ARMSCOR pistol. So let's see what it can do going hot. Well, I think it looks good.